And a good evening, everybody, from the Leonard Center here on the campus of Macalester College here in St. Paul. Welcome to the best in Division III sports. The MIAC closing days of this 2018-2019 campaign. Tonight we're featuring our Auggie men's basketball team. Actually, we're featuring a doubleheader with the women's basketball game at home on Channel 1. We're on Channel 2. And everybody, I'm Tom Orchard, voice of the Auggies, in this broadcast, a presentation of Augsburg University in cooperation with my company, TJ Broadcast Services, tjsportsonline.net, and brought to you by Twin City Orthopedics, Adidas, Big Athletics, Devani's Pizza, Minnesota Coaches Incorporated, Wells Fargo, Jimmy John's, 360 Wow Incorporated, Memory Lanes, the Corner Bar, and the Courtyard Marriott. These two teams had a close 2-point game back at Cy Medley Hall. The rematch for Macalester. This is their final game of the regular season. Augsburg, of course, has St. Olaf on Saturday, and that is senior day. With that, I bring in my broadcast partner, Logan Anderson, who's going to be driving this vehicle here tonight, and a chance to talk about these two teams. Logan?
Tom, nobody drives when you're in the seat next to me, but thanks for having me along. And as you mentioned, a lot on the line in tonight's game. Not so much for Macalester. They have the chance to play spoiler a little bit, go out with a good feeling for their seniors, but they have no chance at the postseason at this time. And first-year coach Abe Woldeslassi's first year, they have improved from last year with 6 wins, a chance at 7, and they have a young team. So I think it's a team that nobody wants to see in the future, but the story tonight is Augsburg. Right now they're tied for 3rd in the MIAC with Bethel. They can't catch St. John's. They could tie them, but they wouldn't have the tiebreaker. So as far as they're concerned, they're playing for 3rd, but they're tied with Bethel. They each have 2 games. They're each probably favored in both, so it could very well come down to tiebreakers. And the tiebreakers would favor Augsburg, but it has to go all the way down to the 3rd contingency. It starts off head-to-head. Bethel and Augsburg split, each winning on their own home floor. Then it goes to combined records on the teams above the tied teams. That's St. John's and St. Thomas. Both teams are 1-3 combined against St. Thomas. And then it goes record in ranked order, and that is where Augsburg has the edge on the tiebreaker, where they beat St. Thomas, the number 1 ranked team in the conference. As long as things stay that way, I suppose it's possible that could flip with some shocking upsets, but
You got that out of your 2-year law degree, right?
something like that.
Hey, Twin City Orthopedics, proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Augsburg Athletics. TCO is an all-inclusive orthopedic sports medicine and wellness provider, offering world-class services, state-of-the-art facilities. Visit them at tcomn.com. And a broadcast here tonight brought to you by Wells Fargo, proud supporter of Augsburg University. Wells Fargo has a renewed focus on our customers and communities, established in 1852, reestablished in 2018. Now, you talked about the first game between these two clubs, and I was really impressed. The big guy in the middle, and he had 30 points against us. But Macalester, under the new head coach who played here at at Macalester in his college days, he has really, I think, has started to turn this program around.
Yeah, it's a young, talented team. You mentioned Jackson Henningfield. Not only did he have 30 points the first time that they matched up with the Auggies, also 17 rebounds. He was unstoppable on all aspects of the game, and they'll have to find a
lot of those points came from outside, too.
Yeah, he's a really good shooter. He was 4 of 8 from outside, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. So he was able to get to the line, was able to shoot from outside, and he's just a tough matchup. He's so long and rangy, and especially when Augsburg kind of goes to that small lineup, they just give up so much size with him. So a tough matchup, but they were able to win. And when you talked with Coach Grease before this game, he didn't really feel like they played very well. They came out flat in that matchup. And I think with as much on the line in tonight's game as there is, that you're not going to see a repeat experience, especially after the near scare the first time.
All right, we mentioned this is the Auggie pregame show. It is time now for the coaches section. Auggie game night continues here from the London Center. The Auggies are closing in on the final couple games of their regular season. Chance to visit with head coach here in Greece and talk about this 4 out of 5 streak we're on. I guess my first question is, how do we match up better with St. Thomas than we do with St. John's?
You know, St. John's has a little bit more emphasis on an interior, and they have 2 kids that are very, very good scoring on the blocks. And, as you know, we play 4 guards most of the time, sometimes 5. And it's a difficult matchup for us on both ends, actually. So St. Thomas is a little bit more perimeter-oriented. And, just from a personnel standpoint, we match up well with them. And
watching the game at home, the big key, I think we never got frazzled even when we got down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been a strength of this group is they've just been able to play through some adversity here and there, and we constantly talk about it in practice, and then during the course of those games is just keep your composure the entire game, and there's going to be runs both ways, but just try to keep your head and play level-headed, and in the end it's going to serve us better.
Tonight, Macalester, they gave us quite a battle at our place, a 2-point win for the Auggies. Second go-around, what do you emphasize?
Well, we have to do a better job defensively. We were not very focused that night, and I give Macalester a lot of credit. They have 2 of the best players in the league, and they're tough to deal with. And down the stretch there, when we had built a 13-point lead, I think there was 4 minutes to go, we lost focus, and they took advantage. And that's part of the game, and we have to come into tonight playing like this is a playoff game, and I think our guys are in a good mental state, and I think we'll be more focused tonight.
All right, Saturday is senior day for our 3 seniors, and I want to spend a few minutes here talking about these 3 young men. And first of all, the young man out of Forest Lake, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, Brent Kinder has just been a tremendous leader in our program for 4 years, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody with as positive an attitude as Brent has. I mean, he's an incredible supporter of his teammates, and he has been for 4 years. And it's just been a pleasure to have him in the program, and he makes everybody better. And Brent is just a great guy. He's a terrific student athlete. He's great in the classroom. He's great in practices, and we loved having him.
Did he ever teach you the intricacies of a 1-3-1 zone?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I should probably ask him, though.
All right, next, let's talk about Big D, Mark Delapadova.
Yeah, Deli's special. He's somebody that, it's hard for me to describe, but he's come so far in the 3 years he's been in our program. He was just in the infancy stages of learning post offense and post defense when he first came to Augsburg, and he worked very hard. He and I worked individual workouts for 3 years, a couple times a week at his request, and we talked the very first year about how that process was going to go and how long it takes, and it's gone pretty much the way I told him it was going to go, and he's gotten better every year, and he got to the point where this year he could be productive on the floor, and he has been. So I'm just super, super proud of Deli and what he's done over the course of his career.
All right, finally, he led us in scoring on Saturday, the young man out of Prior Lake, Kevin McKiernan.
Yeah, I mean, he's been incredible. When I recruited Kevin, I told him that, all these goals that we had for him, and 1,000-point scorer and win the league and these things, and most of them have happened. And he is just a high-character kid who works very hard, and he's all over the record books. I mean, the 3-pointers made in a season, he's in there a couple times, and breaking the 1,000-point scoring mark was just a great accomplishment for him. And we're really going to miss him. I personally am going to miss him because it's fun coming into the gym and see his smiling face every day. So Kevin's been tremendous for us.
And the way he has adapted, he's played with so many different players over these last 4 years, and he has adapted well.
Yeah, he has. He's adapted, with different groups, but he's also changed his position. For the first couple of years, he was a point guard for us, and we moved him off the ball, and he's shined in both roles. So, he's one of a kind. Kevin's been fabulous.
All right, special day on Saturday for those young men. All right, Charlie, we'll be with you for the next couple of days, but you and I are going to talk next Thursday night at St. Thomas or St. John's, okay?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk before one of those games. That'll be great.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Aaron Grace, the coaches section of Auggie Game Day, Auggie Game Central. All right, we welcome you back. Thank you, Coach, for the visit. Minnesota Coaches, the official bus provider for Augsburg Athletics. If you have travel needs for your group or special event, visit www.minnesotacoaches.com to learn more or to request a quote. Thank you to Minnesota Coaches. And Devontae's Pizza and Hot Hoagies is Augsburg Athletics' first choice for a great meal. Devontae's located right across the street, offers the amazing Auggie-matic discount. Get 10% off any order. Just tell them you want the Auggie-matic discount at Devontae's. Men's basketball tonight in the MIAC. In addition to our contest here, Bethel at Gustavus, St. Olaf at Hamlin, St. Thomas and St. John's before, I'm sure, a packed house at Sexton Arena tonight. And Concordia Moorhead is at Carleton. In women's basketball, Concordia is at Carleton, Gustavus at Bethel, Hamlin at St. Olaf, Macalester at Augsburg. That's on Channel 2 on Auggie Game Central. St. Kate's at St. Mary's, St. Ben's at St. Thomas. Augsburg, the women are number 2 in the conference and 2 games behind St. Thomas. They will get a bye in the first round. They will play next Thursday. And in the MIAC men's race, St. Thomas, St. John's, Bethel, and Augsburg and St. Olaf have all clinched playoff spots. Still alive mathematically is Gustavus. Hamlin probably has the odds-on favorite to get that 6th and final playoff spot.
Yeah, we'll have to keep a close eye on that Bethel-Gustavus game because that will have a lot of implications for Augsburg, both in the potential that right now they are tied with Bethel in the standings, and if Bethel would lose, that would certainly be to Augsburg's benefit, but also there's a really good chance that if Gustavus pulled that upset, that they would be the team that Augsburg played in the first round, and that's not a team I think I'd want to see in the first round of the tournament. They have enough talent to give anybody problems. So it should be a fun night of basketball here at the Leonard Center and all around the MIAC.
And they held their senior day in their last home game, so tonight is just going to be introductions. The Scots have 3 seniors on their roster. They're a young team. Andrew Smith comes off the bench, a senior from Racine, Wisconsin. And senior Carl Salvino comes off the bench. He's a guard out of Seattle, Washington. And the other senior, the big one, Wyatt Firm, the 6'7" senior from Farmington, playing for the Tigers in the South Suburban Conference. One of their two of their best players here in the conference.
And one of the few players from Minnesota on this Macalester team. We can get more into that a little bit later, but right now it looks like it's about time for the anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lumberland Gymnasium at the Leonard Center for tonight's MIAC men's basketball game featuring the Auggies from Augsburg University and your Macalester Scots. At this time, I ask that you please rise, turn your attention to the flag at the north end of the gym as Macalester sophomore Stephanie Kaladu-Achimpan performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight
talented young sophomore here at Macalester College, and our national anthem. And the women are just about ready to get underway. By the way, we talked about Senior Day, and we'll be honoring our 3 seniors on Saturday. And for the women, they'll be honoring their 2 seniors, Carly Cobo and Camille McCoy. And let's go downstairs, get the introductions.
Augsburg. At guard is sophomore from Rogers, number 3, Matt Carey. And for your Macalester Scots, at guard, a first year from Cupertino, California, number 5, Eric Savvy. For the Auggies, at guard, a junior from Iowa City, Iowa, number 5, Henry Mulligan. For the Scots, at guard, a junior from Augusta, Georgia, number 12, McNeil Smith. For the Auggies, at guard, a senior from Savage, number 11, Kevin McKiernan. For the Scots, at guard, a sophomore from Dorado, Puerto Rico, number 13, Gabriel Ramos. For the Auggies, at guard, a junior from Shakopee, number 30, Booker Complet. For the Scots, at forward, a senior from Farmington, number 21, Wyatt Frere. And for the Auggies, on post, a senior from Edinburgh Grove Heights, number 55, Martin Delavadova. And for the Scots, at forward, a sophomore from Lake Marion, Florida, number 42, Jackson Henningfield. And their coaching staff.
And welcome back to the Leonard Center. Starting lineups have been announced for Augsburg. It's a familiar group. Booker Copeland, the 6'3 junior from Shakopee. Matt Carrick, the 6'1 sophomore from Rogers, Minnesota. Kevin McKiernan, the 5'11 senior from Savage. Henry Mulligan, the 5'11 junior from Iowa City, Iowa. And Mark Delavadova, 6'10 senior from Inver Grove Heights. For Macalester, they'll start Eric Sathie, a 6'3 freshman from Cupertino, California. Nikhil Smith, the 5'9 junior from Augusta, Georgia. Gabriel Ramos, a 6'3 sophomore from Puerto Rico. Wyatt Firm, of course, as you mentioned, a 6'7 senior from Farmington, Minnesota. And Jackson Henningfield, who gave Augsburg all kinds of problems in the first matchup with 30 points and 17 rebounds. 6'8 sophomore from Lake Mary, Florida.
And Wyatt Firm leads the team in assists and steals and block shots. It's second in scoring, averaging around 15 points a ballgame. As Big Dave will jump at center against that Wyatt Firm.
And it's won by Delavadova in the center circle, and Augsburg will start with the basketball moving left to right. Copeland with the handle, left corner to McKiernan. Moving it around the wheel, right angle. It's Carrick off the bounce, hesitates. 2 feet into the lane, bounce pass right block to Delavadova. Backs his way in, stripped, loose ball, fought for on the baseline. It will stick with Augsburg as it's last touched by Firm. Augsburg on the baseline inbound will run. Have a triangle set with McKiernan out on the wing. Carrick to trigger it in, finds Mulligan free off a screen, hesitates, drives, whips it to Carrick in the corner. Buckets from distance.
Matt with his 32nd three-pointer of the season out of 254.
Nikhil Smith, who had 11 assists against Augsburg in the first matchup, before getting in foul trouble, gives it to Ramos, back out to Firm, defended by Copeland. Sathie in the left corner will dribble it up high, dribble handoff to Firm, drives down, step through, up and under, off front iron, and Copeland with the board for Augsburg. Copeland bringing it up himself. Kicks it to Mulligan, right corner for 3, on line too strong. Firm the board for the Scots. 3-0 early, Augsburg with the lead. And Sathie, a nice pass to the left corner. Smith, a wide open 3, airballs it, offensive board by Henningfield with the rebound and the putback. 3-2, Augsburg by 1. Augsburg with the ball. Carrick to McKiernan, left wing, pump fake, bounce pass to the left block. Delavadova backing down middle, throws it, hits Nikhil Smith's foot, but the ricochet to Mulligan. Movement around the baseline. Deep three from Carrick. Feeling it halfway down and out. And the rebound to Smith, who will push it up himself. Cold shooting early, Tom. As a quick three, not cold shooting for Henningfield, who knocks the straightaway three down in transition.
6'8" sophomore. He already has 58 of their 184 three-pointers.
And he has all 5 of their points as they lead 5-3. Mulligan probes into the lane. Tries to dish out to Copeland. It goes through his legs, but he retracts it down. Mulligan gets free in the right corner off a pass, and he swishes from deep. Second three-pointer of the game for Augsburg. And it is 6-5, 1-point lead for the Auggies. With the ball, Ramos, right wing, uses a screen. Is switched on and now defended by Copeland. Mulligan and Copeland get back on the switch. Smith drives in, kicks late to Ramos, who double clutches in the air right side and finishes off for 2. The first non-Jackson Henningfield player to score. And it's 7-6. Quick three the other way off from McKiernan. And it's deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Augsburg. It goes back to the Scots.
Coming in for the Auggies, Carter Duncan, the 6'5" junior out of Chisago Lakes.
Della Vedova will go to the bench. And it will be interesting to see if Augsburg goes to their super small lineup that has been lethal down the stretch, where they don't really have a post and they essentially play Copeland at center. Firm with the ball right wing, driving on Copeland through the blue painted lane. Has to kick it back out to Smith. Right wing, Sathi. Searching for a post entry angle. Back to Sathi. 6 on the shot clock. Swish from the left wing. And back the other way. A quick three-pointer from McKiernan.
3 3-pointers for the Auggies. We cut the lead to 1 at 10-9. 3.5 gone here in the first half.
And driving just 1-on-5 as Ramos forces his way down the lane and goes up 12-9. See if Augsburg can answer back with another 3. Duncan will shoot a mid-range 2 from 15 on the baseline left. Soft hop off the right side iron into the hands of Macalester. And 16 minutes to go, 12-9. Nikhil Smith with the left-handed hip-high dribble. Probes to the corner. Terminates the dribble. Well defended by Carrick with the long arms, forcing a difficult pass. Finds a release in Firm, who charges down the lane and nearly completes the old-fashioned three-point play. A foul is called on
Duncan.
And it will be 2 free throws for Wyatt Firm, and his free throw shooting is not a strength of his game.
As a team, they only shoot 67% from the line.
He shoots 63 himself. That is the first foul of the game on anyone, and it will be charged to Carter Duncan. First free throw after all of that is right on the money. And it's 13-9. Augsburg off to a little bit of a slow start, and the lane cleared of Macalester Scots. They do not put rebounders in there. They make sure everybody gets back, and they treat it like a timeout. Both free throws are good. 14-9. Augsburg to Mulligan, right corner, bottom. Henry Mulligan is second three-pointer of the game for the 37% three-point shooter. He has 6, and it's 14-12.
Salvino in the ball game with the ball, 6'4" senior from Seattle.
And it's a running hook from Henningfield, who just nobody on Augsburg, with the exception of maybe Booker Copeland, can guard that. Carrick a pull-up 3 off to the right. Rebound fought for, picked up by Duncan offensively, and is fouled by Nikhil Smith, a reach-in. And it's 16-12. 15:07 to go here in the first half. 4 high set. McKiernan running off screens. Nobody open, but everybody leaves. Carter Duncan would have had an easy layup, but Wyatt Firm kicks the ball, and it'll be another 4 high inbound set from the baseline for Augsburg. This, again, nobody able to get open, just heaving it in deep to Copeland, yet to score today. Knifes down the paint, left side, can't finish. Rebound tapped around, and trying to save it from going out of bounds is Sathy for Macalester, but he steps on the baseline, so Augsburg will have their third consecutive baseline inbound play. McKiernan rubs off a screen, gets free right wing, uncorks, vaults off hind iron. Mulligan with another offensive board. It's the fourth time the charm. Duncan mid-post left side, backing down Henningfield. Right-handed hook, too strong, long rebound, and this time Sathy comes up with the board for Macalester. And Nikhil Smith will just slowly walk it up the floor with a 4-point lead.
Augsburg shooting just 31%, Macalester 75%, and a 4-point lead.
The most important stat, that 4-point lead. Henningfield off the bounce, a running right-handed hook left to right. That one is short off the lip. Here comes McKiernan for the Auggies in transition. Now slows down on the big orange Mac side. Back to Mulligan. He's already hit 2. Not quite 3. Right on line, about a half inch too long. Hits back iron. The rebound to Firm, who will cross half court, and he'll be picked up by Copeland, forcing him to his left. Tries to use a screen. Nobody there. Out to Henningfield. Room for 3. That one misses. Carrick, an excellent rebounder for the guard, with the rebound for Augsburg.
Yeah, he led us in rebounds against St. Thomas the other night.
Uses the screen to McKiernan, who wiggles his way through the paint left to right. Finishes off the window for 2. First 2 for McKiernan. And it's a 2-point game, 16-14. Now driving it is Firm. Able to beat Duncan off the dribble on the left side, and he finishes for 2. He has 4. It's 18-14. And Mulligan with a 2-pointer the other way.
And he leads the Auggies in scoring. He has 8 of our 16 points.
It's a good thing for the Auggies. He has started hot, that is for sure. 18-16, 2-point game, 13-12 to go in the first half. Tom, tell us about some of our fantastic sponsors.
For updates and information on all Augsburg University sports, check out our athletic website at athletics.augsburg.edu. Updated constantly with all the information on our 21 Augie varsity sports. It's our online home for Augie athletics. If it's happening in Augie sports, it's online at athletics.augsburg.edu. At Devontae's Pizza and Hot Hoagies, Augsburg Athletics' first choice for a great meal. Devontae's located right across the street. Offers the amazing Augie-matic discount. Get 10% off any order. Just tell them you want the Augie-matic discount at Devontae's. Martin Mitchell now in the ball game for the Auggies. Our 6'1 junior out of Eastview High School, the Lightning, South Suburban Conference. And Mike Babb coming into the ball game for Macalester, 6' senior out of St. Louis, Missouri.
2 excellent shooters, one for each team. Both can be streaky. Macalester with the ball. Babb right wing. Uses a Firm screen. Now has the switch defended by McKiernan, trying to front and deny the ball. Firm begging for the lob. They can't find the angle. Good defense by McKiernan. Nikhil Smith probes left, now back up top. He's 4 on the shot clock. Knifes in. Difficult right-handed floater. And the rebound cleared by Duncan. Getting up slowly is Ramos. In transition, McKiernan just misses on the triple. Short off the front iron, not enough legs.
We're only at 4 of 11 from three-point range.
Macalester is trying to control the pace.
Yep.
And really slow this game down, and it is working so far. Smith to Henningfield, who's been really good early. Now Babb lobbing it inside to Ramos. Great help defense by Duncan. Out to Babb, open 3 off to the right. And the rebound to Copeland. Copeland pushing it the other direction. Still hasn't scored. Team's leading scorer, conference's leading scorer. Shoots from 16, misses off the front. And here comes Firm in transition, taking Copeland off the bounce for Macalester. 4 out, 1 in offense. Now Henningfield gets open, not really open, but shoots it anyway. Rebound to Copeland, going in transition. The righty scoop on the left side through contact, no call. And back to Macalester. Trailing the play, Firm steps into a rhythm 3 and drains it.
He's got 7 points, and Macalester equals their biggest lead, 5 at 21-16, 11:25 to go here in the first half.
21-16, as you said. Mitchell with the ball for Augsburg. Carrick, left wing, dribbles to the free throw line, spins back into the lane at the front of the charge arc and finishes the soft touch floater. Carrick with 5. Averages 10.5. 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Kind of a Swiss Army knife for this Augsburg team. 21-18 now the score. Macalester has led pretty much the entire way. That a missed shot by Henningfield. And the rebound to Augsburg. They could tie with a 3. Carrick thought about it. Now attacks off the bounce to the right. 15-foot pull-up. Off iron. Rebound fought for. And Duncan, another hustle play, able to knock it off a leg of a Macalester player on the baseline.
Carter Duncan coming out. Aaron Ertz coming in to play the pivot, our 6'5 junior from Apple Valley.
Duncan gets high fives and handshakes from everyone for the great hustle play as he goes to the bench.
Nick Scabelli coming in for the Scots. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6'4 first year.
As McKiernan gets free for a 3, and he drains it from the left corner. 21 all. We are tied.
We had 3 lead changes, our first tie tonight.
10-24. Babb in the left corner for Macalester. Thought about a bounce pass, thought better of it, out to Smith, using a screen to the right from Schabelli. Back out to Babb. Streaky shooter open. That one too much muscle. Saving the rebound and into Copeland was Mitchell. Copeland loses the basketball. Still loose. It's picked up by Smith. Macalester pushing with numbers. As Carrick able to slow down the fast break. Poke the ball away from Smith. Still Macalester basketball. Schabelli right corner. Backing down is Ramos, defended by Mitchell. Mitchell holds his ground, out to Sathie, straight on 3 with 10 on the shot clock. Rebound by Carrick, pushing for the Auggies, using a Ertz screen to the right. Misses Ertz on the roll, gives it to Mitchell left side. Drives middle, has the ball stripped by Babb, dives on the loose ball, but stolen away by Ertz. Great hustle by Ertz, Auggies with the ball. Carrick to Mitchell. Mitchell with the weave action, 8 on the shot clock. Copeland just bullies his way in. Falling away, underhand shovel shot, too strong, but he's fouled. Booker Copeland, who averages 26 points per game and leads the conference in scoring, is looking for his first points here from the stripe tonight with 9:17 to go in the first half. Macalester has done a nice job making things difficult for him early. He's almost automatic from the free throw line, makes that one. He's shooting 50, 40, 90 from field goal, three-pointer, three-point range, and the free throw line. And makes both of those free throws. 23-21. 9:14 to go here in the first half. Firm with the handle, right hand, left side. Now defended by Ertz on a switch. Dish to Ramos, left side, back to Firm. He'll step back, hoists it up from left of the point, and it is nothing but Twine. Firm heating up early. He has 10, first scorer in double figures for either team. McKiernan trying to heat up the other way, halfway down and out. Rebound to Macalester, and walking it up is Lucas Leiter, freshman from Inver Grove Heights for Macalester.
He actually went to Egan High School.
With the basketball is Leiter. Backing it in to Firm, defended by McKiernan, who gives up a lot of height to the 6'7 Firm, but holds his ground, kicks it out to Sathie, defended by Copeland. Back out to Ramos. And he is stripped going up. Copeland in transition. Will he go 3-on-1? He does. And splits the triple team and finishes the right-handed layup. Spectacular move and regaining the lead for Augsburg. It's 25-24. 8 minutes to go here until halftime. Firm isolating on Ertz. Crosses over, pulls up for 3, and Ertz just can't stick with Firm on the perimeter. He's a bruiser inside, but Firm really good outside. Carrick pushing the other way, finds Ertz, and misses inside.
Now pick and roll, and Aaron just muscled it up a little bit too strong.
7.5 minutes. Firm now defended by Copeland, but now guarded by Ertz on a switch on a simple pick and roll. Ertz is blown by, and a one-handed dunk down the lane by Firm. That is a matchup that they are going to have to find a way to neutralize.
15 first half points.
Carrick the other direction, dishes low, and Ertz misses a short jumper. Scrambling and getting tied up the other way. A couple players under the basket. Sathy the other way finishes, and Augsburg is going to call a timeout as they are just not playing well early. 7 minutes to go, down 31-25 versus Macalester. No, not a timeout. A foul was called.
And the foul was called against Martin Mitchell, and that is his first foul.
Team second, and it is on the floor now for the Auggies. Ertz, Copeland, Mulligan, Carrick, and McKiernan. Firm, who's been
Macalester, their biggest lead, 6 points.
Nikhil Smith trying to get the ball to the red-hot Firm. Carrick denies him. Now outside. Defended by Copeland on a switch in the right corner. Skips it all the way to the left corner. Henningfield drives in. Late dish to Ramos. Back to Henningfield, and he lays it up from point-blank range. Henningfield with 9. And the Twin Towers of Macalester. Augsburg has had no answer for him as Carrick with an explosive move down the right side of the lane and the lay-in. 33-27. Directing traffic with his right hand for Macalester is Firm, who drives. No-look pass to Henningfield. Just a hook shot over Ertz. Nothing anybody on the team can do about it, and Henningfield finishes again.
He's got 11. Both he and Fern are in double figures.
Carrick drives. 35-27 your score. Mulligan has felt it early, misses that one from the left wing. Ertz fighting for the rebound. Maybe a bit of a frustration foul right there, as Ertz has just had a difficult time defending the combination of Henningfield and Firm. And Ertz is a really good defender. They're just not the type of players that he usually matches up on, Tom.
Aaron will sit down. Carter Duncan will come back in for the Auggies, trailing right now by 8. Biggest lead of the ball game for Macalester. Our biggest lead has only been 3. That was at 3-0.
With the ball is Nikhil Smith. Bounce pass to Ramos, defended by Mulligan. Ramos wants to post him up. Instead dishes it to Firm. Mulligan, known for being able to kind of cover big players, drive and kick. Sathy open 3 with 3 on the shot clock. Rebound to Copeland and the Auggies. Mulligan right wing dribbles up top. Weave action to McKiernan. Surveying the floor, will back it out and reset. Carrick looking at the man-to-man defense. As Copeland drives in, shoots a difficult turnaround, middle of the lane, halfway down, and Gophers out. Still 35-27, 4:48 remaining. Firm defended by Duncan on the perimeter. Firm steps back 16 feet straight away. That one bricks off the front. Tracking down the loose ball is Duncan. Here comes McKiernan in transition. No fast break. And back out Mulligan right wing. Jab step. Dribbles with the left hand into the paint. Stops, pivots, and bounces it to Carrick, who drives the lane left side. Lays it up with the right hand and one.
Can't hit double figures for the Auggies. That's his 9th point in the ballgame. Foul is on Henningfield. That is his first. And the third team foul against Macalester.
35-29. As Carrick, an excellent free throw shooter in his own right, at 84%. And we just gave him the broadcaster jinx. I never should have said it, Tom. I never should have said it. 35-29, 4:12 to go here in the first half. Smith trying to create offense inside to Henningfield and called for the charge. Duncan held his ground as Henningfield lowers his shoulder. I think there was a little acting in there as well, but certainly Duncan had position and the foul called. And a chance for Augsburg to cut into this 6-point deficit. Carrick looking for a screen from Duncan to the left. turns the corner to the left elbow. Weave action to Mulligan up top. Now he gets into the lane. 3 players collapse on him. He drags his back foot on the jump stop and is called for travel.
Over at Samuel B. Hall, second quarter, Augsburg 23, Macalester 21, with less than 6 minutes to go in the first half.
35-29. Smith setting the table to Firm on the left elbow. A lot of cutting going on. They find Sathy open 3, right wing, Butter.
He's got 41 threes on the season. Macalester lighting it up.
Has 2 today. McKiernan probing inside. Toss out to Mulligan. Now Carrick backing down Ramos. McKiernan drives, stops, turnaround stuffed, and reeled in by Firm, who is having a fantastic game. Long outlet pass up ahead to Smith. This time McKiernan tried to get in position to take the charge. He was moving and he was inside the charge arc, so no call. And the first foul on McKiernan.
Macalester lights out, 53% from the field. Augsburg just 35. We're 11 of 31. We missed 20 field goal attempts so far tonight. Trailing by 9.
Still early. This is an explosive offense for the Auggies. Sathy drives in. That one halfway down and poked out by an invisible finger through the rim. And Copeland will pull up for a transition 3. He's been cold today. Misses short.
Yeah, just 1 field goal for Booker.
And it's back to Macalester. They can go up by double digits here on this possession with any made basket. Smith running the pick and roll. Can't find anybody. Now dishes out to Firm. Keeps it moving to Sathy. Back inside to Firm. Tries to split 2 defenders. Almost stolen by Mitchell. Regains it. But the offensive rebound by Henningfield right side. His copyrighted hook is just a little bit too strong. And it's to Carrick and the Auggies. Using high post screen action. Nobody gets open. Carrick dishes it deep left to McKiernan. Up high. It's Copeland. Penetrates in. Well defended by Sathy, but a little hesitation move middle and finishes to the baseline. And Booker Copeland with 6. And the Auggies creep a little bit closer. 38-31, a minute 36 to go before they go back into the locker room to try to regroup. Smith so good getting in. Out to Henningfield. He misses off to the right, but the rebound by Firm. He's blocked but fouled. We'll see if that's on Copeland or Duncan. It is on Copeland, his first. Team 5th on the Auggies. And Firm, who's 2 for 2 today. A 63% free throw shooter. And misses that one, doinks it off hind iron. Nick Schiavelli comes in for Macalester to give a few minutes as Henningfield will get a very quick breather, I'm sure. Second of the 2 free throws, uses all of the rim, but eventually drops for Firm, who has 16 points. Carrick with the ball for the Auggies. McKiernan off the bounce. Picks up his dribble. Defended by Smith. Copeland at the free throw line to the front of the rim. That one halfway down. Bounces out onto the backboard and back in. Tough shot for Copeland, but he gets it to go. Booker starting to get in a rhythm. Under a minute to go in the first half. Low scoring first half, 39-33. For an Auggies team that averages 83 points a game. Smith shoots a deep 3. He misses high off the back of the rim. Copeland racing forward. Kicks out to Mitchell. Carrick top of the key. Lets it loose and rims it in. Carrick with a clutch 3. And just like that, it's a 3-point ball game, 39-36.
Auggies with 6 points in a row.
About a half-second difference between the shot and game clock, so essentially Macalester can hold on for the last shot. They are just clearing it out A 4-low set, letting Firm take Duncan one-on-one. Duncan reaches in and fouls. That's only team foul number 6. Probably not a bad foul, just because you're able to get somebody else on Firm now. So Copeland will match up on him with 7.6 seconds to go. It is the second foul on Duncan, so Ertz will check in. Firm catches the ball, guarded by Copeland. Copeland sticking right with him. Ertz, a difficult fall away from 10 feet, way too strong. Tap in by Ramos is short, and at half it is 39-36. Augsburg trails to Macalester, the cellar dweller of the MIAC, but playing their hearts out tonight, and Augsburg will have to figure a few things out in the locker room. And Tom, what adjustments do you expect them to make?
Trying to shut down the inside. I would. The stat monitor doesn't show points in the paint, but Henningfeld and Firm are just having their way inside the paint.
They certainly are.
Whether you're traveling for work or taking vacation from the Courtyard Minneapolis downtown, help to put more play in your stay. From the gym and the pool to redesigned guest rooms and social lobby space, they've got you covered. Visit them at courtyardminneapolis.com/Augsburg. Make room for a little fun at the Courtyard. Owned and operated by an Augsburg alumni, 360 Wow Inc. is the parent company with several up-and-coming brands in the Twin Cities. 1-800-GOT-JUNKIE Movie and Shack Shot. If you're looking for a great job and a great team with a great pay near campus, learn more or apply online by visiting 360wowinc.com. Good first half. We had one tie. That was at 25 apiece. We had 7 different lead changes. Both teams have led on 3 different occasions. But our biggest lead was the opening basket of the ball game by Carrick, and the Scots have led by as many as 9 here in the first half. What do you have for individual totals?
For the Auggies, only 4 players have scored. 12 points for Matt Carrick, who's led the way. 8 apiece from 3 other players. 8 from McKiernan, 8 from Booker Copeland, and 8 from Henry Mulligan. But nobody besides Matt Carrick shooting particularly well. Carrick is 5 of 8. Mulligan is 3 of 6. That's not bad, especially since he's 2 of 5 from downtown. But McKiernan's been a little cold at 3 of 8. Booker Copeland 3 of 8. And a lot of that due to Macalester playing inspired defense.
And shooting stats, pretty even. Augsburg shooting 40%. Macalester, after a 75% start, are down to 44-1. Both teams are 6 of 16 from three-point range. Free throws, just a difference there of 1. And Macalester, though, has out-rebounded the Auggies 21-20, and I'm guessing a lot of those coming on the offensive board. This is halftime from the Leonard Center, and we have a special guest to talk to. We're going to visit with one of our seniors who will be honored on Saturday. We're going to talk with K-Mac. Our halftime show continues here from the Leonard Center, and we get a chance to visit with one of our 3 seniors. He'll be honored on Saturday as part of the final game of the regular season, Kevin McKiernan. And we've been broadcasting his game now for 4 years. My goodness, has it gone by, K-Mac?
So fast. I mean, I still remember my freshman year coming in and being the youngest one out there and looking up to all those seniors, and snap of the finger, now I'm the senior. And all the youngsters looking up to me. It's crazy, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm happy to be here.
You played with a lot of different people with the last 4 years, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've played with a lot of unique players. I played with a lot of variety of different skilled players. I mean, going back all the way back to my freshman year, we were a very big team. We had Brett Rasmussen, Joe Zango. You know, we kind of went inside and out, and now from freshman year to senior year, now we're shooting all those threes and playing outside in, which is it's fun.
All right, this last visit, my senior interviews, I want to backtrack a little bit coming out of Prior Lake. Other than basketball, any other sports that you played for the Lakers?
Yeah, I played golf all 4 years at Prior Lake. I played baseball up until 9th grade, but I decided to go with golf with that spring sport, and I loved it. My dad played golf in college as well, so he was teaching me all throughout my young years, and I wanted to follow that, play in high school. But basketball took over in college, and I'm very glad I decided to stick with basketball.
You have any brothers and sisters and athletes there?
Yeah, so I have one brother and 2 sisters. I have a sister that's 1 year younger than me that goes to lacrosse. She played soccer in high school, but unfortunately tore her ACL 3 times. So her soccer career ended a little short. My younger brother goes to NDSU, does not play any sports. But my youngest sister is a sophomore in high school and is currently playing basketball. So hopefully she continues that, and we'll see what happens.
Well, let's continue the story. And how did you end up at Augsburg?
Well, never really. Going into my senior year, I didn't really think playing a sport in college was going to be a thing. But as the season kind of went on, Coach Grease and Coach Scott kept recruiting me hard, and they were really one of the only schools that kept recruiting me. So I was like, might as well stick with it and continue on. They were great gentlemen approaching me, and I knew that it was going to be a good time.
4 years gone by. What do you take out of these last 4 years?
Can't take anything for granted. It really does fly by. I know it sounds cliche and, college goes by so quick and how everyone says that, kind of cliche, but it's true. It really does go by very fast because, it's the 4 best years of your life, as my mom always says. So when you're having fun, time goes by fast. So you really gotta be calm and find every good thing that happens in life. How
have you grown as a person here these last 4 years?
I've definitely matured a lot. Remembering back at freshman year, I was kind of quiet, didn't really do much. And over the years I've been around some pretty awesome people here at Augsburg, and I'm very fortunate enough to have done that. And my maturity level has definitely gotten a lot better.
And as a player, how have you improved? You played the first couple of years as a point guard, then to the wing. How have you improved your basketball skills?
Yeah, so going into my freshman year, I was kind of like the backup point guard, and sophomore year too. But then once Matt came in, my general position has always kind of been the 2 guard because, my main strength is shooting. And so I think it fits in a little bit better with me playing at the 2 than at the 1 because Matt creates open shots very well, and that's what he does really well. So I feel like that's my better position, is playing off guard and able to shoot my shot.
Kevin McKernan, my special guest. Now let's talk academics. Are you on pace to walk in May?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. I just ordered my cap and gown a couple weeks ago. My mom sent me a little text. She got all sad, but yep, I'm on pace to graduate, and I'm excited. It should be pretty cool.
With a degree in what?
Marketing.
Yep. And with plans to do what?
Work in the business field. My dad worked at Target for 20-something years, and I went and saw what he did, and he kind of worked in sales, and I really enjoyed that. So I was kind of I've been kind of looking around, looking for sales opportunities, or sports marketing would also be pretty cool. But I'm not going to be too picky. I'm going to try to find something to do and go from there.
Well, a lot of people have had an influence on you in these first 22 years on this planet, but who would you like to say hi to or give a shout out to as we close this out?
Well, my family, of course. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. My parents, they've been supporting me for the last however many years I've been playing basketball, but they've been my biggest mentors, and I wouldn't be here without them. So.
Well, with that, I get a chance to say thank you. You came back. It's been a pleasure these last 4 years watching you play, calling your name, and watching those highlights like Saturday.
Yeah, thank you very much. We love having you around, and you're a great guy, so we appreciate you.
Thank you. Kevin McKernan, our special guest here at halftime. We'll have more from the Leonard Center in just a bit. The Corner Bar is a proud sponsor of Augsburg Athletics, located in the historic Seven Corners District. Corner Bar is the perfect place for great food, outstanding pizza, and the almost world-famous chili wings. And there's tons of screens, so you won't miss a second of the action. Visit the Corner.bar for more information on the Corner Bar. And I haven't had time. I need to get in a couple of shout-outs. First of all, to Carter Duncan's grandparents who are watching and listening down in Winter Haven, Florida. And Ma Copeland came up and said, We got a big extended family that watches the games. We really love your broadcast. So to the Copeland extended family in Arkansas, Florida, and Arizona, we welcome you to our broadcast here tonight as well. That's from Mark Copeland and everybody here in the stands. And I see Dick Jankowski is here too, guest of the Copelands.
And not the result that they've wanted to see early on, but a whole half left as Augsburg down 39-36, playing the bottom team in the MIAC with only 6 wins this season. But they've played well today. They've shown that their 2 big guns have both come to play. And we'll see if Augsburg can make some adjustments, especially defending Wyatt Firm, who is playing his last game of his career as a senior, and he's played inspired.
On the Auggie scoreboard, again at halftime, Augsburg is leading Macalester 39-36. Auggie Sports Calendar coming up on Friday night. It's Augsburg and Concordia. Mansaki from the Ad will have that game for you here in Auggie Game Central. Auggies with a tie or win will clinch the regular season title. Then on Saturday, we've got a busy day. Augsburg and St. Olaf, men's and women's basketball, 1 and 3 o'clock. Charlie Beatty, Logan Anderson will be there. And I'll be over at the Ed at 2 o'clock. Augsburg and Concordia, the second half of that doubleheader with the Cowboys. Hopefully the Auggies will have clinched a playoff spot by then. And then next week we've got playoffs. The Auggie men are short of a game on Tuesday night. We don't know who. We will be at home. We'll finish either 3rd or 4th. And we don't know. We've kind of speculated on who we might get.
Yeah, still so many moving parts as to who that might be. First of all, we need to find out.
We have any other scores?
We can check that.
Okay.
But they came into this game tied for 3rd with Bethel. With that big win over St. Thomas, they put themselves in good position to win that tiebreaker if they can win tonight and on Saturday versus St. Olaf. And the only score right now,
St.
John's up 46-40 over St. Thomas.
In women's basketball, finally in overtime, Concordia defeating Carleton by a score of 70-68. St. Mary's leading St. Kate's at the half, 25-24. And those are the only other scores that we have on the scoreboard. Jimmy John's, the #1 sandwich choice for Augsburg Athletics, located on the northwest corner of campus. Provide fast delivery. How fast you ask? Freaky fast. Go to www.jimmyjohns.com to view their menu and hours. That is Jimmy John's. We talked about our broadcast schedule. Again, game on Friday night, 3 games on Saturday, and all the playoff action next week. You can listen and watch more than 130 live Augsburg sporting events online by going to our website at athletics.augsburg.edu. We have live webcasts of 11 different sports during the school year. Our Game Central portal features live webcasts along with live statistics of home events. You'll also be able to watch and listen to archived events on demand. Go online to athletics.augsburg.edu and click on the live stats and webcast link, or click the Auggie Live link on game days. Auggie women's hockey team, they will be up at Concordia Moorhead this weekend for a pair of games. And the Auggie wrestling team getting ready for the Nationals coming up next week. Are actually the regionals, and that'll be at the McPhee Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire. And spring sports just around the corner. Track and field, indoor track and field is underway. Baseball, softball, and lacrosse, they've all started practice. The Auggie baseball team, they head down to Topeka, Kansas here in about 3 weeks. Weather permitting, they take on Simpson College and Luther College. And the Auggie softball team, they've got a couple of games in the bubble to start their season. But spring sports not that far away, Logan. Twins.
Does that mean the snow gets to go away?
Maybe not. Twins pitchers and catchers, they report what, tomorrow?
Sounds right.
Yep, okay.
Focus on Auggie sports. Can't focus on professional sports yet, but a lot going on.
We got some disappointing professional teams, so yeah, let's concentrate on college.
And Augsburg with, again, a little bit of a disappointing first half result, but they struggled early against Macalester in that first matchup, and they figured out how to get things in hand in the second half. Built up a double-digit lead Macalester stormed back to make it close, but that game just felt like Augsburg was in control for the majority of it.
Now the Auggies found themselves down by, I think, double digits in that second half against St. Thomas, but made a run. And, of course, closed it out with Booker's three-point play to seal the deal, 88-86. So a strong second half. It's got to be in the cards right now.
And I think part of that will be trying to get the ball to Booker Copeland a little bit more in some different spots. He struggled with only 8 points, and he just hasn't really had a lot of good looks. Missed a couple that he usually makes, but he's such a good scorer. Maybe try to get him the ball on the post or in a different position than just taking people off the bounce, which he's so good at doing. But just switch it up every now and then is a good idea. Tom Witchen dancing here. He's so excited for the start of the second half.
Carter Duncan's mom just walked by and said, we got to get it going. We got to get it going.
Starting five in the second half for Augsburg in their road maroon and grays will be Carter Duncan, Booker Copeland, Matt Carrick, Kevin McKiernan, and Henry Mulligan. And for Macalester, it will be Wyatt Firm, Jackson Henningfield, Nikhil Smith, Eric Sathi, and Gabriel Ramos. Macalester starts off with the basketball, up 39-36. Smith, left of the point, right-handed dribble, crosses over to the right side, gives it up to Ramos. Now posting up on Copeland deep and back out to Sathi, straight on, nails the three.
He's in double figures. 3 3-pointers, 11 points. Scots by 6.
42-36. Copeland with the ball the first time on offense in the second half for the Auggies. Had a good look at a pick and roll. Carrick just couldn't quite find the angle to find Copeland. Now Mulligan drives in, door shut. Back out to Carrick. 7 on the shot clock. Spins middle from the left. Shot blocked by Sathi. Loose ball to Firm. And he will slow things down, as Macalester has tried to do this whole game. Slow the pace, take Augsburg out of rhythm, and it's worked well early. Henningfield to Firm, playing the two-man game. Now inside, Henningfield just buries McKiernan. Too much of a height difference, and Henningfield lays it up and in for 2.
Yeah, 6'8" against 5'11", no chance, and Henningfield has 13. He had 30 against us at our place.
Mulligan, right wing for Augsburg, drives in, kicks out. Nobody really getting open on those kicks like they usually do. Carrick, nice up and under, but good help out to Mulligan. Posting mid-post, baseline left. Duncan backing down Firm, running right-handed hook. Pinballs around and into the hands of Firm, who will just give it to Smith, who will waltz across the dividing line. Smith going to use a double screen to the left. Turns the corner, now finds Firm. Defended by Copeland. Copeland pokes it free. Copeland in transition will attack. He is blocked off the backboard, but the rebound back to Carrick and into McKiernan with an easy layup. Wyatt Firm has brought his A game today.
Kevin with 10. He had 17 the first go around.
44-38, and more importantly, for the second straight year, Kevin McKiernan getting hot down the stretch. Henningfield misses a long three from the right corner. Rebound to Copeland. Sprinting up ahead, finds the trailing Carrick. Uncorks from deep, off the left side and out of bounds. 17:28 to go in the game. 44-38. Augsburg down 6 with the basket. Oh no, they will be on defense. Macalester moving left to right. Smith calling out a set play. It's a 4-high look with their two big guns, Firm and Henningfield, on the elbows. Sathi posting up McKiernan. Uses his elbow. McKiernan sells it, and the foul called on Sathi. Nice job by McKiernan. They're trying to post him up and pick on him, and he is holding his own. Second foul on Sathi. First on Macalester here in the second half for the Scots. And Carrick with the handle. Across the half-court stripe. Slashes in. Back out to Copeland. McKiernan left wing. Uses a Copeland screen, now defended by Sathey. Right side, it's Mulligan. Duncan posting up deep right. Kills his dribble. Beautiful backdoor cut by Mulligan. Finishes with the left-handed one. As Smith puts both hands up with palms facing the ceiling in the universal "what did I do" signal. But the official calls it, and Mulligan a chance for the three-point play.
Augsburg just 2 field goals so far in the second half, the first 3 minutes. But we've cut the lead to 4.
Mulligan, rhythm, and drills the free throw. Big free throw. It's a 3-point game. Augsburg with a stop could tie it with a 3. Copeland will pick up Firm, who dishes over to the wing to Carl Salvino into the game. First sub of the second half for Macalester. Ramos left elbow. Pivots right wing Salvino. To Firm, who just bludgeons his way forward. Well defended by Copeland, who takes it up himself. Attacking the rack. Finishes with the right hand on the left side off the window. Copeland with a look in his eye like he's about to take over.
His 10th double-double of the season. 10 points and at least 10 rebounds. We got a timeout.
And Abe Woldislassie calls a timeout. He wants to try to slow down the Auggies, 44-43. Macalester by 1. 16:06 to go in the ball game. We'll take a break and hear from our great sponsors.
And they include the Corner Bar, proud sponsor of Augsburg Athletics, located in the historic 7 Corners area. Corner Bar, the perfect place for great food, outstanding pizza, and the almost world-famous Joey Wings. And there's tons of screens, so you won't miss a second of the action. Visit the Corner.bar for more information on the Corner Bar. And Jimmy John's, the #1 sandwich choice for Augsburg Athletics, located on the northwest corner of campus and provide fast delivery. How fast, you ask? Freaky fast. Go to www.jimmyjohns.com to view the menu and hours. Jimmy John's. Augsburg still shooting only got 40%. Macalester at 44-7. We're 17 though of 42 from the field. That's a lot of misses. That's 25 misses here in this ball game.
44-43. Augsburg has stormed back. Macalester struggling with the adjustments, and it really looks like the adjustment is Copeland is fighting through screens with a little bit more aggression instead of switching and giving Firm advantageous matchups against players who are either too small or a little too slow to stick with him on perimeter. Firm, a really good player. Tough matchup with his size and quickness. Macalester with the basketball left wing. It's Ramos. Shaded by Mulligan. Salvino on the left wing. Given space by Carrick. Now the bounce pass inside to Henningfield. Has to come out to the corner to catch it. Just tosses it up to Sathey. Wants to back down McKiernan. Out to Salvino, right side. 3 on the shot clock. Sathey launches from the volleyball line. Air ball, shot clock violation. The Auggies come up with the defensive stop and a chance to take the lead.
Smith will come back in the ball game. Salvino will sit down. 15:40 to go. The lead is 1 for the Scots.
Copeland will be picked up by Sathey. Mulligan left wing on the chest pass to McKiernan. Pump fake. Gets Sathey in the air, but doesn't take advantage of it. Waits for a Duncan screen. Probes in, door shut. Out to Copeland, long 3, bottom! Copeland, his first 3-pointer of the game. He has 13, and it is 46-44. Augsburg regains the lead.
Our 4th lead of the ball game, our 8th lead change of this tight ball game.
Sathey drives right against McKiernan, gets to the painted area and is able to use his soft touch to tie it up at 46. Augsburg hoping to answer. Copeland getting hot. Can they find him? McKiernan with the handle to Copeland straight away, eyeing up and launches again. That one online, but doesn't quite have the soft touch on the iron. And we're knotted up at 46, 14:36 to go in the ball game. Firm double teamed. Bounce pass inside to Henningfield. Just too tall for Mulligan inside. And Macalester regains the lead, 48-46. McKiernan on the left wing. Mulligan drives, stops, hesitates, drives again, and zips it back out to Carrick. Carrick spins up and under, tries to pass it to Duncan. It's deflected. 10 on the shot clock. McKiernan off the bounce. To the 10, dribbles it off his foot, deflected by Ramos first, and it's last touched by McKiernan. And a chance for Macalester to regain control, leading by 2. And Firm, with under 14 minutes to play, going to work on Copeland. Slings it to the corner, back to Henningfield. Corner 3. That's too much muscle. Rebound to Copeland. Hesitates, now backing down. Reverse layup. High off the glass, begging for a foul, not getting the call. As these officials have let both teams play.
Yeah, they have.
All you can really ask for is consistency, and they haven't called much on anybody.
Only about 8 free throws all night long.
And a block by Mulligan and an over-the-shoulder pass. Firm, he fakes, drives in, tries to dunk it, and puts Carrick on a poster. Firm gets the small crowd here going. Back the other way, Duncan loses the basketball, and it touched last by Carter Duncan. So it's 50-46. The Augsburg faithful begging for the travel, not getting the call. Wyatt Firm takes advantage of the non-call and dunks it. Now he'll try a 3. That one off. Rebound by Copeland. Augsburg down 4. Carrick right arc. Moves it around the circuit to McKiernan on the left side. Uses a screen to the high side. Bounce pass to Duncan. Stops. One dribble. Pops from 14. Too much weight room. Offensive board by Copeland. Bulls his way in. Just can't find the touch near the rim. And again, asking for a hold on the lower part of his body from the official and getting no call. And Smith will just milk the clock. Up 50-46. A too-high set. Henningfield on the left elbow. Tosses to the corner. Back to Henningfield. Dribble handoff to Ramos. Smothered by Mulligan. Out to Firm. Will shoot with 1 on the shot clock from 10 feet beyond the arc. Misses with the board by Henningfield. Sathi with the right wing 3, and it's pure.
He's got 8 in each half. 16 points. 12 of those 3-pointers. And the Scots, after a 46-all tie, have scored 7 in a row.
Copeland uncorks from deep and answers. It swirls through. Big shot by Copeland. And it's 53-49. Augsburg not playing their best, but hanging around. Just down 4, 11:38 to go. Let's hear from some of our fantastic sponsors.
They include Jimmy John's, the #1 sandwich choice for Augsburg Athletics, located in the northwest corner of campus. Provide fast delivery. How fast, you ask? Freaky fast. Go to www.jimmyjohns.com to view their menu and hours. Jimmy John's. And take a trip down memory lane at Memory Lanes and Flashback Cafe on 26th Avenue in South Minneapolis. 30 bowling lanes, live entertainment, and great food and 2 game rooms. Make for a great time. Visit www.memorylanesmpls.com for more information. Third quarter at Cy Melby. 5 minutes to go. Augsburg is leading Macalester 46-42. The Auggies currently in second place in the conference. Had that tough loss to St. Thomas on Saturday. Again, it's St. Olaf and Augsburg, 1 and 3 o'clock on Saturday.
53-49 the score. Macalester with the lead. Augsburg really needs this win. I suppose that depends on what happens between Bethel and Gustavus, but if that would go to form, we don't have a score on that right now. But they would give up their potential tiebreaker in that situation to Bethel. A lot of game left. Augsburg, again, they could score in bunches. Just a little run could put them in a great position. Macalester will have the basketball. Going the length of the floor, 11:38 to go in regulation. On the floor for the Auggies. Carrick, Copeland, Duncan, Mulligan, and McKiernan. Firm with the ball for Macalester. Right-handed off the bounce. Crosses over, defended by Carrick. Blows by him. The help from Duncan is late. Duncan blocked that up high. Is called for the foul. He can't believe it. And that is a pretty tough call on Duncan, who just kind of swiped an arm across, maybe got a chunk of hand. That is what the official ruled. And Firm at the line. Augsburg fans would say that the ball doesn't lie as he misses the first free throw. Martin Mitchell will check in, and now that small lineup that we talked about, Augsburg will have to really work hard on the boards to keep Henningfield and Firm off the backboard.
19 points. He only had 9 at our place, but 19 tonight, including 16 in the first half. The lead is 5.
Copeland off the bounce. 5-out offense being played. Mulligan defended by Sathey. Carrick right wing. Keeps it moving to McKiernan. Trying to post up Copeland. He's being defended by Nikhil Smith. Much smaller. Martin Mitchell in the right corner. 5 on the shot clock. Mulligan will get to the hoop. Floats it up. Fouled first. Did they call that on the shot or on the floor?
Called it against Firm, I think. No, they
it's
called
on
it on
Ramos.
Ramos.
With 2 on the shot clock. It's on the floor. But they'll reset to 20. So a
score from St. Peter, Gustavus 51, Bethel 49, early second half.
Copeland, pump fake. Everybody just runs by him, and he has a clear path to the hoop. You don't want to give that to maybe the best player in the conference in Booker Copeland. Now Firm with the ball for Macalester to Nikhil Smith. Backing down Henningfield. He pushes off to get space.
That's his third.
And we'll see if they leave him in. They do not. Henningfield will go to the bench, and that is a huge win for the Auggies. Down 54-51, 10:38 to go. And Henningfield out. In his place is Shabelli, who does not have the same dynamic. Quick shot by Martin in the lane, too strong, but Shabelli not the same type of player as Henningfield. Firm will use a screen, defended by Carrick on the switch, and nearly an offensive foul. Loose ball on the scramble, rugby scrum, and it is picked up by Copeland and Macalester. Scott. Tie-up called, and the arrow will favor the Auggies. They can tie with a 3.
And we got our 5-guard offense out there.
Everyone on the team can hit 3-pointers right now. Mitchell to McKiernan to Mulligan. Probes in, pumps. Can't finish the contested layup. And the rebound and slowing it down again is Macalester. Low-scoring game, 54-51. And that's a foul on Mitchell as Firm did a nice job finding a lane to the hoop on the left side.
Firm at the line, he's 4 of 6. He has 19 points to lead all scorers here tonight.
Second foul on Mitchell. And here comes the first free throw. And it's nothing but Twine. It's interesting consistently how Macalester doesn't put anybody in the lane for offensive rebounds. They use it as a timeout to give instructions to the players not shooting. And then everybody gets back on defense. Both of them are good for Firm.
He's got 20.
Copeland, who's been hot in the second half, will shoot a contested 3. Short. Right on line. Not enough legs. 56-51. 9.5 minutes remain. Firm defended by Mulligan. Into Smith, who dishes off to Henningfield, back in the game, and he just lofts it up with the left hand. He has 17 now. And it is 58-51. Mitchell into the paint.
His first points tonight. He had a dozen first time around.
58-53. Augsburg trails. Firm off the dribble. Shut down by Mitchell. Now back out to Firm. And he nails the left wing three. Firm has just been a blowtorch here tonight. And there's another one there. He has 24 points. A foul the other way. It's on Eric Savvy, his third. So foul trouble starting to add up for Macalester, who does not have a whole lot of depth. Henningfield and Savvy both on the floor with 3 fouls. We'll see if Augsburg can take advantage of that. Copeland, mid-post right side. Backing down Savvy. No double team comes. Instead, moves it out to McKiernan, left wing.
Yes.
Uncorks and on target. McKiernan with a big three. He has 13 and a timeout called on the floor. 61-56, 8:22 to go here in the game. We'll take a break and hear from some of our great sponsors.
Twin City Orthopedics, proud to be the official sports medicine provider for Augsburg Athletics. TCO offers orthopedic urgent care hours at 6 convenient locations across the metro. Open 8 to 8, 7 days a week. Visit them at tcomn.com to find a location nearest you. And Devani's are more than just pizza and hot hoagies. At Devani's, they have the variety like calzones, salads, garlic cheese bread, breadsticks, boneless chicken wings, penne pasta, lasagna, desserts, 100-plus Coca-Cola freestyle beverage options, and more. Customize your food and make it your own. Devani's favorite. August Davis looking for their 8th win in conference. And with 12 and a half minutes to go, they lead Bethel at home at the Lund Center 57-52. And let's see how the ladies are doing back home. And it is 56-45 as they start the 4th quarter. The Auggies leading. They have never trailed in that ball game. With the first 6 points of the ball game, now lead by 11.
And Macalester leading by 5 here, 61-56. They have 3 conference wins, but they have won 2 of their last 3. An overtime win, 68-63 against Concordia, and a road win at Carleton, 60-57. They lost to St. Mary's, 86-69 in their last outing. But this is an improving team with 2 of the best players at the conference, and they just haven't built the depth around them yet. Full court pressure being applied by Augsburg. Now they get the ball inbounds, and they'll reset. Mulligan going to take a turn defending Firm. Henningfield on Copeland. For Copeland on Henningfield. Henningfield misses a difficult shot. Here comes Carrick in transition. Nearly turns it over, just barely finds Copeland. McKiernan defended by Ramos. Mitchell on the left wing, drives right. Nowhere to go. Back out to Carrick. Jab step with the right foot. Knifes in, spins left. Flips it up and calls for a travel on the spin. Carrick can't believe it. He gets up slowly, a little bit gimpy. He has the look like he plans on staying in the game. He'll walk it off. Full denial. Quick toss in to Savvy. He gives it back to Firm. And Firm will trot across timeline. Firm all the way to the hoop. Bumped by Mulligan on the way there. And Tom, nobody has been able to stay in front of Wyatt Firm. They have just isolated him time after time after time. And he has had his way with Augsburg today.
Just our 3rd team foul in the second half.
Called on Mulligan. Loose ball. Picked up by Savvy. Firm left side. Shaded by Mulligan. Henningfield going one-on-one against Copeland. Copeland called for the foul. He said his arms were straight up. The officials say he leaned in. 61-56, and Jackson Henningfield going to the line. The best free throw shooter in the starting lineup for the Scots at 75%.
He's the franchise they're going to build around for the next few years. He's just a sophomore from Lake Mary, Florida.
And just 3 seniors on this team, and only one of them in the starting lineup who really gets significant time. First free throw is good by Henningfield. who has 18. He had 30 in the first matchup. That one halfway down and out. 62-56. Augsburg could really use a triple. Mitchell left wing. Right angle, it's McKiernan. Fancy dribbling. Now back out to Carrick. Copeland, hounded by Sathy. Is able to get by Sathy. Blocked from behind. Loose ball to Ramos. Here comes Firm for Macalester. And a great job by Mulligan to stick with him. And head coach Grease just asking for that to be called both ways, as Mulligan probably gave him a little bump, but that was not called the last time down the floor. And a box set inbound on the baseline, left to right from Macalester. Mulligan doing a great job sticking with Firm. He steps back and just hits a ridiculous three-pointer. And Wyatt Firm is going crazy today in his last game of his career. Mulligan drives, hangs in the air, floats it off the glass for two. It's 65-58. 6.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Firm now guarded by Mitchell on a switch, taking him one-on-one. And gets inside, misses the righty runner. Here comes McKiernan in transition. Pumps, cannot get Firm to jump. Mulligan straight on, deep three, off to the right.
Oh.
And a ticky-tack foul on the other side called on Carrick, trying to steal the rebound. 6:06 to go, and
we're getting in foul trouble. That's 16 fouls, one more, and Macalester will be in the bonus.
Fortunately, Macalester only 2 fouls away from the bonus. After we talked about hardly any fouls, they've started calling them all the time. Firm with the ball. Sliding in front of him is Mitchell. Giving it up to Henningfield. Offensive rebound, though, back to Macalester. Smith to Henningfield. Short corner right side. Sathy hesitates.
Travel.
And he's bumped by McKiernan. 1-1 for Sathy, who is a 65% free throw shooter. Averages a little over 9 points per game. Has 16 today. He's a problematic matchup for some of the undersized guards for Augsburg. And the front end is right on the money.
Five of 7 in the second half for the line for Macalister's lead. He is 8. There's 9. Equals their biggest lead.
And it's starting to become do or die time here for Augsburg. Down 67-58. They need to make a run. Can that spearhead it? No. But a foul on the glass on Mulligan, pushing from behind.
That's his
on a rebounding foul, nobody goes.
Mulligan has 3, Duncan on the bench with 3.
And they'll walk the length of the floor to shoot 1-1 again. And it's Nikhil Smith, a 68% free throw shooter. And you'll have to watch Firm here. He's lining up to potentially go after an offensive board. Mulligan's on the box out area. Does a nice job, but the free throw by Smith is good. His first point of the game. 5.5 minutes to go, and Macalester up 10. And the second free throw swirls through. 2 points for Smith. And Augsburg looking for an answer. Copeland to Mulligan, had Carrick, now drives, has his shot blocked. Just not a lot of ball movement from Augsburg. Shooting too early in the shot clock, not waiting for a good look. Now here comes Firm, who has played hero ball all day and to great effect. And he's fouled by Mulligan, who's just too small to guard Firm as he tries to back his way down. And when Firm is playing as well as he is just an impossible matchup.
For all that first half, all those touch falls were not being called, and all of a sudden they changed their tune.
Mitchell and Mulligan. Actually, Mulligan's still in with 4 fouls.
Carter Duncan comes in.
And we'll see if they can devise some kind of scheme to stop Wyatt Firm. Front end is good. That is his 28th point. He has been, sometimes you just got to give credit to where it's due. He has been really good tonight. Makes both 71-58.
8 points for the free throw line. We just can't stop him.
Copeland with the basketball, trying to be unstoppable himself. He's double teamed, and they dish to Carrick. Carrick back to Copeland. Finds Carrick, right wing 3. Online, splashes it in. Carrick with a big 3.
His first points of the second half, he gets 15. Lead is 10. And
4.5 minutes, plenty of time, Tom. They just have to come up with some stops. Firm off the dribble. I know Coach Grease doesn't like going zone, and there's a travel. That's maybe the break they needed. I was going to say it would be an interesting decision to maybe try throwing a zone out there just to make it more difficult for Firm to ISO, but they get the turnover there. Here comes Carrick to McKiernan, right wing. Pump fake, drives, middle, nowhere to go. Releases back up top to Mulligan. Copeland faces up, left side, contested 3.
Yes.
Rims in! Copeland with 21 and a near steal by Carrick, but he's called for the foul. Or did they call that
called against
on Macalester?
Called against
Firm.
Yep.
Just his first.
17th foul, and Augsburg will go to the free throw line. They've cut the lead to 7, and they've got a 1-on-1 right here.
4:02 to go, 71-64. We'll take a break during this timeout to hear from our sponsors.
This broadcast here on Auggie Game Central brought to you by Wells Fargo, proud support of Augsburg University. Wells Fargo, earning back your trust is our greatest priority. Established in 1852, reestablished in 2018. And Jimmy John's, the #1 sandwich choice for Augsburg Athletics, located on the northwest corner of campus, provide fast delivery. How fast, you ask? Freaky fast. Go to www.jimmyjohns.com to view the menu and hours. That is Jimmy John's. Next broadcast, Friday night, Augsburg and Concordia at the end. The battle for first place in the MIAC. Augsburg with a tie or a win will be regular season conference champions for the second time in the last 4 years. Rematch Saturday afternoon at 2. The Auggie ladies, they are up at Concordia. Matt Carrick, 1-1. Big free throws right here for Matt.
Chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped. Makes the first one.
He's
Carrick,
got 16.
He's had a really nice game when Augsburg has needed it most. And that first one cuts it to 6, make it 5. Augsburg not going to go away quietly. Can they come up with a defensive stop? Full court pressure. Smith will be straitjacketed right at half court by Carrick. Uses a screen, defended on the switch. Dishes to Henningfield, blocked by Duncan, but finishes through it anyway. Jackson Henningfield on the assist from Smith. Here comes McKiernan, left alone, top of the key. Drano! And McKiernan with the big 3.
The lead is 4, 3.5 minutes to go.
73-69. Inside to Henningfield, and he just finishes right over Duncan. Duncan mistimed his jump, and Henningfield now has 22. Carrick the other way, 75-69. Step back 3, rebound loose, picked up by Firm. Who else?
Knocked away by Carrick and out of bounds. 3:05 to go. The lead is 2 possessions right now.
And Firm with not only 29 points, but 16 rebounds. He has the ball. Blanketed by Copeland. Firm loses the ball. It's stolen by Carrick. 2-on-2 the other way. Carrick stops. Kicks to Mulligan. Hesitates to the hoop. Reverse layup just not strong enough. Rebound by Henningfield. That was a great opportunity for Augsburg that they could not convert on. Still 75-69. Auggies need a stop. Smith using a heading field screen. Aggressive hedge. Ball is tipped and it bounces right to Sathi. Out to Ramos, right wing. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Right-handed hip-high dribble. Takes Mulligan off the bounce. Mulligan moves his feet. Kicks out to Smith. Left corner 3. High up, back iron. Rebound cleared by Duncan for the Auggies. Here comes Carrick with just over 2 minutes to go. Carrick to Copeland. Faces up. Drives right. Stops. Step through. Blocked but fouled by Sathi. 2 free throws coming for Copeland. He could cut it to 4. 2:05 to go, and again an eternity in college basketball. 4th foul on Sathi. And 2 free throws for Copeland. And the first one, bullseye.
And he's got 22.
He only had 21 against St. Thomas, but made some big ones, including the game winner down the stretch. We'll see if he can come up with some similar heroics today. Timeout called. He has 23 for the Auggies. 2:05 to go, 75-71. We'll be back with the conclusion after these messages from our sponsors.
Motor Coach Tours bring together some of the finest groups of people in our communities. The capable and professional staff of drivers, travel planners, mechanics, and support personnel at Minnesota Coach that know how to serve these groups as they travel to a variety of destinations locally and across the country while offering excellence in customer safety, service, and satisfaction. Visit www.minnesotacoach.com today to request a quote. Minnesota Coach is the official bus provider for Augsburg Athletics. Breakfast on the go, refreshment after work. The Bistro has you covered. Whether you're enjoying their signature snacks or specialty beverages, the Bistro provides the perfect complement to your day when you're on the go or off the clock. Visit them at courtyardminneapolis.com/Augsburg. Eat, drink, connect at the Courtyard. 3 minutes ago down in St. Peter, Gustavus 77, Bethel 76. And with less than 3 minutes to go, it's time LV Augsburg leading Macalester by 13, 66-53.
2:05 to go here at the Leonard Athletics Center on the campus of Macalester College. Augsburg University trails 75-71, 2:05 to go. And full court pressure will be applied. Augsburg trying to force some turnovers here, as again they have not played their best game. Wyatt Firm has played out of his mind, but Augsburg still with a chance to pull this out. Quickly inbounded to Ramos, throws it up ahead to Nikhil Smith. Firm's season high is 32. He hasn't quite got there yet. And Carrick, nearly a steal. He poked that away, wanted the over and back call. Probably correctly did not call it. Henningfield drives, running right-handed hook, rims it in. He's just so long, that running hook is so dangerous. It's 77-71. Carrick with the right wing. McKiernan, defended by Ramos, uses a Copeland screen to the left. Now Copeland faces up, crosses over. Lane, line, and a running layup misses. Ramos is called for the foul. He can't believe it, but Copeland to the line to cut into the deficit with the clock stopped. Second on Ramos, 8th team foul on Macalester. And the key free throw is in.
He's got 24. 16 of those here in the second half.
It's been a hard-earned 24.
Yeah. There we go.
Makes both free throws. He has not missed a free throw yet today. Full court pressure. Still unable to force a turnover. Nikhil Smith being trailed up court by Carrick. 1:15 to go. 77-73. Macalester with the lead in the ball. Ramos drives to Henningfield. Left corner 3. Misses, but the rebound by Firm, who falls down. Loose ball. Tied up.
Oh.
And the arrow favors Macalester.
Oof.
And another big opportunity for a stop, and Augsburg can't come up with the rebound. And a timeout called. And we'll keep it right here.
That's a full timeout charge.
As we'll check some scores and some stats.
And let's see, what do we have? We have a St. Thomas St. John's final yet?
We will find out here shortly.
No, they still have
just a halftime score. Let me see if we can't refresh this.
Yep. Nope.
Oh, just haven't updated it since then. But it was 46-40 at halftime.
St. Thomas over St. Benedict in women's basketball, 85-30. St. Mary's and St. Kate's, I believe they're in the fourth quarter.
Augsburg getting out rebounded by 10 in this game, 40-30. That's been a key stat from Macalester, who is not one of the better rebounding teams in the MIAC. They are 10th, second to last in the conference, but against Augsburg, those two long players, Wyatt Firm and Jackson Henningfield, have just wreaked havoc against the small lineup. And Augsburg now with their steep challenge in front of them, down 77-73.
Yeah, one more foul, it'll be double bonus time for Macalester.
Augsburg at this point needs
a turnover.
A turnover would be nice. They need a stop for certain. And potentially some missed free throws would be nice as well. Full entry denial from the left sideline inbound. Ramos to Henningfield. Looking for Firm. Can't find him. Henningfield now going to work. Now just tosses it back out. Augsburg not fouling. Copeland defending Firm. Firm weaves away. Loose ball. And a foul called on Carrick, who immediately looks to the official and puts his hands on his hips. He can't believe it. Third on.
They gave it
to Copeland.
Yep.
Third on Copeland. And Firm misses the free throw. So life for the Auggies with 41.3 seconds. 77-73. No matter what happens, it's going to be a two-possession game after this free throw. And he makes the second. 1 of 2. 30 points for Firm. Here comes Copeland, coast to coast, lays it up and in for 2. 78-75. Auggies down 3, and a foul
on Carrick.
Carrick will send Firm to the line again. Again, on the year, not a great free throw shooter, 63, okay, but not fantastic. A miss here would sure be nice if you're an Augies fan. Does not oblige.
Two-possession lead again.
29.5 seconds to go. 31 points for Firm. And that second free throw make calmly ties his season high of 32. Carrick quickly in transition. Finds a cutting Copeland. A foul called away from the ball. A silly foul will send Augsburg to the line where they could cut into the deficit with the clock stopped. And they send Copeland to the line. It's also the 5th foul on Savvy for Macalester, so he will be done.
So Booker 1 and 1 on this free throw. 19 foul against Macalester. And Mike Babb will come in, their third senior from St. Louis, Missouri. Safety fouls out. But 18 points for the first-year player from Cupertino, California. I hope it's pronounced. Mulligan comes out. Mitchell comes in.
Copeland will shoot 1 and 1. And
first one's good.
Likely they don't want Mulligan to pick up another foul with 4.
Yep.
So they put Martin Mitchell in. Both free throws are good. Clutch free throws from Copeland. And now Augsburg needs to find a way to force a turnover, down 80-77 with 23.2 seconds to go. Tom, do you have a word from our sponsors?
You bet. Owned and operated by an Augsburg alumni, 360 UO Inc. is the parent company to several up-and-coming brands of the Twin Cities. 1-800-GOT-JUNKIE Movie and Shack Shot. Looking for a great job and a great team with great pay that is near campus. Learn more or apply online by visiting 360wowinc.com and take a trip down memory lane at Memory Lanes and Flashback Cafe on 26th Avenue in South Minneapolis. 30 bowling lanes, live entertainment, great food, and 2 game rooms make for a great time. Visit www.memorylanesmpls.com for more information. So a steal and last minute 3 heroics to send us to overtime. Does that sound good?
It sounds good. Augsburg is second in the conference in steals. Booker Copeland is first individually in the conference with almost 2.5 steals per game. So it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. 23.2 seconds remain.
Augie ladies win their 15th game in conference. They defeat Macalester 75-62. And they will host St. Olaf at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Logan will have the call of that game. And again, we'll honor our 2 seniors before the game with Camille McCoy and Carly Coble. So, of course, full court press. They will not guard firm on the inbounds. Just picked up the other 4 players.
Full denial, and they'll switch everything. And it's quickly into Ramos. They give it up and nearly turned over. Smith now fouled by Copeland. 18.1 seconds to go, and Augsburg needs some missed free throws. Nikhil Smith going back to the line where he is 2 for 2, a 68% shooter on the year. Junior from Augusta, Georgia.
4th foul on Booker.
Nikhil Smith on the line with 2 for the Scots.
And Wyatt Firm is in the lane. The officials wiping up a wet spot near the sideline.
By the way, we want to say a big shout out to Matt McClegg and the SID here at Macalester for his hospitality and getting us set up on a broadcast location. Of course, we forgot to mention Tom Ritchie, our engineer here tonight, the Silver Fox. Awesome as always.
Nikhil Smith with the free throw and calmly sinks it.
Oh, a lot of disappointed Augie fans off to my left.
Duncan will check out. Mulligan back in. Offensive-defensive substitution. If he misses this one, you could still have a chance. They still do have a chance, but it's not a very good one. Both free throws good. Here comes Copeland. 15 seconds. Need a quick 3. Copeland drives, finds Mulligan. He's open. It's blocked by Firm. McKiernan up top, can't connect. Rebound deflected. Babb with the loose ball, and that should just about do it. 3.3 seconds to go. And there's just not enough time to score 2 baskets.
And Booker fouls out. I'm guessing this is the first game that Booker's fouled out in his career.
77-72, or 82, sorry. 82-77. I read the wrong side. Macalester with the lead. Copeland fouls out. And Macalester, their last game of their season. Andrew Smith checks in for Macalester. Another senior from Racine, Wisconsin. Has 2 points this year in 9 games played. Babb with the free throw, banks it in. I don't know if he called it. He looks over to his sideline, and it's just been that kind of day for Macalester. Misses the second. Here comes Carrick with a 3-quarter court heave. Almost makes it. It wouldn't have mattered. But your final score, Macalester 83 and Augsburg 77. Augsburg will fall to 17-7 on the year, 13-6 in MIAC play, and Macalester will finish 7-18, 4-16 in MIAC play. And do we have a final score? Gustavus Adolphus is leading Bethel 77-76 with 3 minutes to go. And if that would hold, that would be enormous for Augsburg.
Exactly. Otherwise, we drop into 4th place. If Bethel comes from behind and win that game, we'll drop into 4th place in the conference. We'll still get a home game next Tuesday night, but my computer's still stuck at that 3-minute mark. Well, we'll wrap it up here in just a bit. Corner Bar is a proud sponsor of Augsburg Athletics, located in the historic Seven Corners area. Corner Bar, the perfect place for great food, outstanding pizza, and the almost world-famous Joey Wings. And there's tons of screens, so you won't miss a second of the action. Visit thecorner.bar for more information on the Corner Bar. Well, Wyatt Firm, one of their 3 seniors, he went out in style here in his final game as a Scot.
He tied his season high in points and had his season high in rebounds, 32 points, 17 rebounds, an unbelievable performance for Wyatt Firm. He was 8 of 16 from the field, 5 of 7 from three-point range, and 11 of 14 from the free throw line. And he was just too much. He was helped out by 2 other players in double figures, as Jackson Henningfield, who's going to be a terror for the MIAC for several years to come, also chipped in 18 points as well as 9 rebounds. And Eric Sathy had 18 points for Macalester. For Augsburg, they were led by Booker Copeland, who ended up with 26 points, 13 rebounds, his 10th double-double of the season. Matt Carrick also had 20 points, 3 assists, 3 boards. 16 from Kevin McKiernan, 13 from Henry Mulligan, but only 2 off the bench came from Martin Mitchell. And Augsburg just never was able to get it going, and they were never able to stop Wyatt Firm. That has been the story of this game.
Yeah, the Augsburg Auggies came in averaging, 46% from the field, but we were consistently at 40 or below for most of the game, and we can't seem to pick up a score from Gustavus.
They shoot 39% from the field for the game. Macalester, red hot, shot 48%. Both teams shot 40% from beyond the arc, and if you're a conspiracy theorist, Tom, 24 attempted free throws for Macalester, just 12 for Augsburg. Augsburg was 11 of 12 on those free throws. Macalester was 19 of 24, so they took advantage of their opportunities. They out-rebounded Augsburg 42-32. It just, as much as you hate to say it, they outplayed Augsburg today.
And so Augsburg, and let's see, Bethel now leading Gustavus 84-81.
Gustavus is
2.2 seconds to go. Well, still in a way, but that's it. Bethel Royals come from behind to defeat Gustavus at the Lund Center at the Gus Young Court, at the Lund Center in St. Peter. So the Royals are all alone in 3rd place right now. Augsburg drops to 4th.
And we'll see what happens going forward. Still a lot of moving parts. Augsburg still has to play St. Olaf. Bethel will play a big game at Hamlin. And if they win that, of course, they will have sole possession of 3rd place. Augsburg with a win and a Bethel loss could tie and have the tiebreaker and still have that 3rd place spot. And in theory, the easier matchup in the first round of the conference tournament. The important part at this point, they did make the playoffs. And once you're in there, you never know what can happen, Tom.
Well, they could be playing St. Olaf back-to-back games. St. Olaf right now in 5th place. It'll be 4 against 5. And if they beat St. Olaf on Saturday, they'll have the number 4 seed, but they'll turn around and play St. Olaf a couple nights later on a Tuesday night. That'll be our next men's basketball broadcast. At least the playoffs, I should say. Our next basketball broadcast will be the doubleheader on Saturday. Hockey on Friday night and Saturday afternoon. It's going to do it from the Leonard Center. This broadcast, a presentation of Twin City Orthopedics, Adidas, Big Athletics, Devani's Pizza, Minnesota Coaches Incorporated, Wells Fargo, Jimmy John's, 360 Wow Inc., Memory Lanes, the Courtyard, and Courtyard Marriott. Thanks to head coach here in Greece. Thanks to Kevin McKinnon for the visit at halftime. And thanks to Tom Ritchie. And for Logan Anderson, I'm Tom Ritchie. And your final score, Augsburg losing to Macalester 83-77. Good night, everybody. We'll talk again.